In a state with a population that's exploding and vistas that change almost daily, southeastern Colorado takes on a very important role. For this is the place where the authentic Colorado still abides, side by side with the Colorado of today.
He is the #1 bareback rider in the state of Colorado.
In 1871, a lieutenant and his bride took a stagecoach from Kit Carson to Fort Lyon. The young woman wrote, "It was a glorious day, clear atmosphere, able to see for miles in all directions, yet nothing to see but hills of grass. I asked my husband, what living creature can survive in such a place?" Some still ask that question of the 70,000 people who live in this region that covers 17,000 square miles. But to understand the answers, one must first understand both the land and its people, for out here the two are inseparable. And to understand the present, one must first understand the past. Westward expansion put out the call of free land, bringing those in search of a new life. First came the ranchers and cowboys, and the farmers followed. Schools were built, main streets were formed. All who came learned one very valuable lesson that still holds true today. We are strong on our own, but stronger when we work together. So what is the answer to the young bride's question, who are the people who live in this place? The answer is all around us. There are people with roots that run deep and a strong commitment to family and community. And they have an abiding love for these high plains and canyons they call home.
Well, it's an agriculture county, but it's so much richer and deeper than even that. And just how everyone, the businesses and the agriculture and the schools and everyone comes together to support one another, I think makes us just a very strong county.
People of Pryor's County are dedicated. They're dedicated to the rural life. They're dedicated to the commitment to make this region better. It's just a total community atmosphere.
We need more farmers, people who are interested in helping produce a local food system.
Well, I think we're seeing the challenges like all the other counties, with jobs coming in, trying to keep our youth on the right track, and trying to build our schools and just build a better community.
I get this complaint all the time from students in the high school and the middle school. Oh, there's nothing to do in Los Animas.
Being raised here, we knew just how bad it could be at times.
What we're working on now are real needs, a lot of agriculture. Biggest thing is housing and is job creation.
We can actually entice large companies to locate to our area. And it's a challenge because in order to attract those millennials that want to come back home, they want to come to this way of life, I feel like we need to address the fact that we need the jobs and we need the housing to be able to put them here. We need to really focus on what we have and our strong points, and that is agriculture, whether it be value-added ag. We also have wind in the area, we have solar. If we build it, they will come.
We want to keep some of the younger people here. We've created a recreation center. We have farms that do farm to school, farm to table, cooking classes, canning classes, nutrition classes. We have recreation programs for seniors and for kids alike.
So Alta Vista just had its centennial celebration. It has been in existence since 1909, but in this building since 1917. And then in 1998, there was thought of closing down Alta Vista. And many of the parents rallied and wanted to keep it alive, so they looked into becoming a charter school. And we have been growing ever since. And that's when I went to Philanthropy Days, but when we got the grant for the gym. And they called me on a Tuesday and said, we are inviting you to apply for our grant, but it needs to be in by Friday at midnight.
This playground is designed for adolescent age children, so this design really creates an active play area.
We have this field here and it's not really used very much, and we thought, what can we do with it to both utilize it as well as do something for our community. We first developed this project at Philanthropy Days back when I was a senior, and I believe they were in middle school and Katie was a sophomore.
The RPD was an amazing resource for us. The CT unit brought patients to us that we wouldn't have had before. I always felt like we were losing patients to larger places because they would come for the initial service, they would need a CT, we'd send them north or south, and then they might never come back to us. We can really do exams that everyone else can do now.
It was started with permanent providers that were here, Dr. Wagner, unfortunately, who has passed away. We knew that we needed this, and I can just see him up there in heaven telling us, hey, you did it, kid. We did it for this community.
From the high plains to the east and the canyonlands and Spanish Peaks to the west, these are the people of southeastern Colorado, working together, growing together, and building bridges to the future.